Good evening, everybody. Welcome to my crib. Finally managed to get the cave tour. Kinda gonna do it tonight. Now, before I start, number one, Alexa, set me a timer for 30 minutes, love.
Love timer, 30 minutes, starting now.
That was funny. And second thing, you've got to remember, this is my garage. Or if you're from where I'm from, it's my garage. Okay, car's parked on the drive because this is it for me. This is where I come to spend a lot of my time, probably a little bit too much if I'm absolutely honest, which I am. What we're going to do, I'm going to show you like this bit, right, this bit, and then I'm going to show you that bit, I'm going to show you that bit, and then finally I'm going to show you that bit. So what I've got, 7:40, I've got about 8 minutes to go, haven't I? I can't stop scratching. Do you know what? I've even had to tidy up. But you have to remember, listen, it's my garage, right? So I share it with spiders and creepy crawlies. It's not lagged and everything. Okay, single skin garage. But I have absolutely tried to make it my own space. I know guys that love to come here, and I know that I follow a Facebook group called Scale Model Workshops, and you see some of their offices, environments, and they are absolutely fantastic. But this is mine, it's all mine. Last time my missus don't really come in, kids don't really come in. I've got it laid out now in such a fashion that everything's at hand. It didn't just drop on like this, a little bit of a background. I've had this desk literally in every corner of my workshop, of my cave, right? I've now got it on a long wall. I used to have it on a short wall. I've had it stuck out. I've had it in middle. I've had it on that wall. I've had it absolutely everywhere. But I do like it on this wall for simple reason being, behind my paint stand I can see the house. And more importantly, I can see the security light if that comes on. Okay, so it'll be a quick tour, 30 minutes, like I say, and I will try and explain to you what I've got, what tools I've got. Not that you'd be interested. Very limited, big saw and a big pair of snips, and where I put all my stuff, what's club stuff, what's my stuff, etc., etc. Okay, I am going to come round the other side, get my camera, and we'll have a look. See you in a second. Cheers. So what I'm going to do is I'm literally going to show you from the off. Okay, let me close that door behind me. Look at that. I mean, I'll tell you what, right? You know, talk about your feminine side. Listen, I like it nice and cosy. So, let's start here. So, big chair, that's where the big dog sits. Now, I have tried these kinds of chairs, but unfortunately, my ass likes a big chair. And I'll tell you a backstory about that one first. So, if you followed me in the past, Facebook Marketplace is the place to be. And a guy puts that on in a town, Pontefract, probably about 7 miles away from me, and puts it on at 70 quid. I went and parked up outside his house. It were on an auction site. There was literally nobody bidding. I went and parked up outside his gaff, and 10 minutes to go, no bids. 5 minutes to go, no bids. So with 2 minutes to go, I sent him a message and said, "Can I come and look at this chair, mate?" And he went, "Yeah, of course you can." So I went in. I said, "Look, I'm not going to lie. I know that you want rid of it. I know that you're moving house because that's what you've said. Here's 20 quid. Take it or leave it." The bloke was in actual tears. Literally. It's buffalo. It's buffalo leather. And it's absolutely gorgeous. And that seat right there fills my arse. Okay. Unlike that one that's on a stem. That one's a proper chair, and it's gorgeous, and you can see it shine on it because I do look after it. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand back here and let me just explain. So we've got an IKEA bookcase on its side. That's number one. And if you look down here, we've got another little IKEA block on its side. Okay, now underneath that we've got a on its side CD rack from back in the day when we all had CDs. And actually, if you look at the round at the back of that, there's another one. And obviously I've spaced those out to leave a gap in the middle so that I can sit that on it and it won't fall off. Solid as a rock. It'll say anything. Now, what you will also see, before we talk about paints and materials and stuff, is there's a lot more shelves in that than you will get in an ordinary bookcase. And you'd be absolutely right, because for me, the hobby is on, not a serious budget, but it's on a budget. I do labour on. I know that you're sick to death of hearing about wife and 2 kids. But if somebody's throwing it out, then believe you me, it comes to me before anybody goes and does a tip run now. So at work, we had a new canteen fit, which meant that the old white cabinets they were getting rid of. And if you just look down there, you will see loads and loads of pieces. And those pieces used to be a proper sort of cabinet that I brought home, wrestled it into the back of my car, brought it home, made some measurements, got my pen out, got my big saw out, and put loads and loads of shelves in here. Okay, because it's all about the upcycling. So from right to left, from top to bottom. I hope I made you sick. Tamiya paints in dropper bottles that I tried a couple of years since, not too bad, and my oil paints, and a big fat speaker. My little lad's cloth cap. And when I sit and talk about videos and say, I'm looking up here because that's where my stash is, well, that's where my stash is. So, shout out to our John. Cheers, John Sharrock, that sent me that through the post the other day. And I've also got an F3. I've got a Kitty Hawk little Jag there. I've got a little missile for George. The Hind helicopter that I've just finished. A 1 in 48 Strike Eagle. And a Thunderbolt A10 off my mate Daz in Blackpool. Okay, that's literally it. I have got 1, 2, I've got 3 more kits over there. Talk about that in a minute. Couple of books that I've got. I'm not a massive reader. I would rather watch it on YouTube if I'm absolutely honest. Blue Roll. Yeah, do I need to talk about it? Spray paint Smurfit Garden, to be absolutely honest. Leveling thinner, obviously. Now then, on this one, again, thinner, a chemical solution and telling kids there not to drink it. Old Spice. Now, what I use Old Spice for in my modelling is to smell nice while I'm sat in here. Of course I don't use it for anything else. Copy decks that Ev at Red Dragon Models put me on. Now, these two here, Bosch, glue and accelerator, probably one of the best things that I've got actually in my arsenal at the minute because I love it. I've got brushes that I always pick up from Telford every year because they come in sizes 0s, 3s, 5s and 10s. So you can see a little block of wood there, and if I just do that, you should be able to see 0s, 3s, 5s and 10s. And then at the back of that, I've got my big fat wide brushes. Okay. Best cleaner thinner on the market by far. Absolutely superb. And just looking up here, look, you can see that is my overhead, and I can pull that down and pop it there for when I start and do a little bit of overhead recording. And you can see when I'm talking about upcycling. Now, let me be absolutely honest here. Let me be honest. So you can see that this CD rack finishes there, which is halfway in between that additional little unit there. Hence, why there's that clamp there, literally clamping that to that. Because if I take that clamp off, that lot will tip off. Okay. Sesco and Emsworth Community Scale Model Club. On my gravestone, that bad boy. And there's my little photo stand and one of the original badges and a couple of ISO products. This one, full of tea and coffee, look, because down here, kettle with cup. Let's go back over here. George likes to do a little bit of Warhammer stuff. Get your fingers out of the way, Mark. And that's what I let him use. Okay. Moving across. Model Air. It's not my favourite. It's not my go-to. But every now and again, I do squirt a little bit in. And then we're on to a couple of products. Bit of pigment, some mud, Vallejo jet exhaust, glaze medium, micro crystal clear, bit of orange paint, my earbuds, I will need those tomorrow, streaking grime, and again, if you watch my hind video, that's on there. Micro mask, which is nowhere near as good as Maskell, in my opinion. Moving across onto our Flory products, my MRP gloss and my varnishes, and you can see I've got 3 MIG ones there and an Alclad one there, and I do use all those. Obviously, that's my gloss, those are my mattes, and that's my cleaner for that one. Coming down, AK Interactive, and you can tell I don't use pipettes, can't you? Because Christ above. And coming across, Ultimate Weathering Wash, and again on the hind video, talked about that one, didn't I? And I also talked about that one. Across onto my handmade shells. The only bad thing about it really is, you know, I haven't got an edge on here, whereas on these ones, predominantly I have. So all my tammy is there. And 99% of them, I'm lying, obviously. I don't know which ones. I usually put a T on it, and T stands for thinned, which I used to thin with that, and now I thin with that. I've got no in there, really, apart from a gorgeous picture of my missus. And then underneath that, I've got my zero paints. I'll talk to you about that in a minute. My hard case, my decal solution stuff, and some more weathering powders, if only I was an armour builder. Onto my glues, my MRPs, done my ultimate washers, some more MRPs, cocktail sticks, MRPs, etc, etc. So, if I just push that up out of the way, and hopefully it'll stay there. Now you can see that little stand as well, flexi stand, and that's obviously where I normally put my phone while I'm sat in my chair gassing my whole lot. So, cleaners, antibacterial wipes. So once I've built a model, I usually get a wipe over with that before I get a wipe over with that. Cotton buds, can't have too many. And then in my little tubs, I've got cutting and blades, wood stirrers, Mackie D's, super glue and filler. I'll need that. That's got my pens and my pair of compass and all that sort of shite in it. All my blades down there at the back. Sanding sticks of variable sizes and grits. Clamps, which you can see are pegs. Tweezers, which I got from Trev, they're brilliant. And drills and bits, and a bit of masking tape. And then across the bit there, a little bit of lead wire. Okay. And then I've got stuff like that I just stick my cocktail sticks into, so that I've got somewhere to put my bits. And normally I've got another tub lying around, because you can see that I've got a tub there full of stuff, tub there full of stuff, couple of tubs there full of stuff, but I do usually use one here when I'm during a build. Up here, 1, 2 absolute belters them, and they're my sprue holders. Okay, and I stick them up there, because you've noticed there's no on my bench, and I was building a 1 in 32 tornado, wasn't I? And now I'm not, because I've decided to do something else with that. My little green bin underneath and a flask on its side. Lawnmower, because like I said, it is the shed. Okay, compressor and my airbrush pot, and if you see, I've actually banded that to the table leg, because it used to be up there, and I kept knocking it off, so I've popped it down there. And now, when I sit here and I'm doing my stuff and I want my hairbrush, I can just whip round, get it out, do what I need to do, and then just pop it back in there like that, and then it's out of the way. So that, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, that's my tools. Not going to labour on about my tools. My little reverse grips there, look. Pair of snips, my knife, a tool cutting mat, and you can see, like any true artist, on the edge of my bench, once I've popped some paint in that colour cup and I'm sat here and all these colours are from recents where I need to go, psh, psh, psh. That's for you, that one, Dave, and do a little bit of a test. Okay, so that's part one. That is the main office. The table is my old dining table, and it weren't even this colour. That is a vinyl wrap that you can get for about £9 from B&M, and it just makes any old table look actually quite nice. And you know what? I'm looking at this, and I'm actually ready for a new roll, I think. Okay, so what else have I got? John, that's yours, mate, and one day we will get that sorted. Okay. Bit of a tornado there up at the top, and I've actually got an old one in flight there. There is my calendar at the back of that, but fortunately I got one off Bill. And then I've just got a little bit of work gear that's popped up there, and the kettle and my mug, like I said. The brown leather chair, it's nice to have an armchair in your shed. Obviously, it's big enough. And that's from our lass's dad. And she will not let me throw that away. And to be honest, why would I? Because actually, it's quite comfortable. And then just a little bit of diversion. That's from Home Bargains. I think they're about £2.99. And it just lets you pop your cup on there when you're having a sit. And you can have your brew. And then you're not putting it on the arm of the settee and knocking it off. Okay, coming round. So at the back there, you can see loads of blue boards and bits of wood and whiteboard. And again, that will not go to waste. It will all come in handy at some point. That's sort of like the garage side of stuff. Okay. Another speaker. Calendar, which I've got not important stuff on. But when it's club and when we went out for a meal, and I need to visit Glow as well, and you can see today I've had the day off. And then I have cheekily put that on. Obviously, I don't usually sit here with that on, but I have just popped it on. Okay, and if I come to this, can you remember that one? Supermarine Spitfire. That's a nice piece. And Trev did me that. Because Trev's got a new laser burner cutter. And if you look there, if I can just get it in the light, it's like a sandwich. And he's just set his burner laser just deep enough just to put that on for me. So that one is going to come off. I'm going to get a new sheet of that from Sean at SGS and mount it properly. At the back, you can see some white roll. And if you listen, it's really soft, really soft is that. And I've got a couple of different lengths and thicknesses. And basically when I'm taking my photos, there's a clamp up here, look, you can see that. And I basically droop it from that clamp all the way down here. And I let it naturally curve across my bench like this, look at here. I've got motion. I let it naturally curve across there. Turn all my lights on and take my photos. That's where I take my photos. I do not have a photo booth. Okay. So spit and telly and white stuff. A couple of little builders off George. And then you can see my big Trev reclining chair. So process is build one, do it, da-di-da. Stick it there on end, da-di-da. Get me white stuff from bakkermitelly. Put it up there in that curved motion. Sit here with my big fat ass on that chair. Take me photos. Turn all the lights off. And then I go and sit in Then I go and sit in this chair over here. I'm not scared of dark. Then I go and sit in this chair over here and edit my photos while I'm chilling. Lights on, Mark. Thank you very much, sir. Round on to, so it's just normal garage stuff. It's Christmas stuff. It's George's stuff. It's Wellington boots. It's fence paint. My little fire that comes in handy over the Christmas period. I'm sure that, again, the people that have watched my videos have seen me freezing my absolute knackers off over the Christmas period. Winter period. So that will move from there to there come Christmas time. And this is the pièce de résistance, I do believe. This is the fridge of all fridges. So that were a 20 quid buy again off Facebook Marketplace. I'm actually walking backwards, trying not to fall over anything. And you can see it's got loads of stickers. They're not stickers, actually. I do get asked the question. I've got a couple of stug photos from John Sharrock. But people are asking me about these stickers. They're not stickers. They're not stickers. I'll tell you what they are. The photos. And on the back you've got a peg glued to the photo with a magnet on it, and that was like that. And I've got some more magnets up there, look, just in case I get any more. And I've got some more magnets there, look. So what I did was I scrubbed that fridge inside and out from top to bottom. Microwave's always an added bonus. I've usually got a pie in the fridge, but I don't know if I've got one in or not. And then I rattle canned it black. It only took, for all the both sides, it took 2 cans of rattle can. And I did it black because this is vinyl wrap. And again, it's like 10 quid from B&M. And it comes in a roll and it is plenty wide enough. And it goes on, not effortlessly. You've got to know what you're doing. You've got to work them bubbles out, okay, and make it work for you. And it goes from top to bottom. Got all that Lego there. It's George's. It'll be worth a fortune, that in 400 years' time. So that's my fridge. I don't think there's anything in it of any. Oh, look, pasty. So that's my fridge, and yeah, there's a little bit in it, okay. What the bloody hell's that? Guinness from the West Indies. Do you know what? Once I finish doing this video and I sit there to edit it, I will be opening that. And then again on this side, let's not talk about that. Okay, and that's my fridge. We're on to 23 minutes and 20 seconds. We've still got normal garage stuff, and hiding in there, I've got absolutely no doubt, is a shed load of spiders. Christmas bag, look. Let's put that down there out of the way. So, if I just come here, so we've come into here, that's where I sit. I couldn't tell you dimensions at garage. I've no idea. It might be about a 16 by 12 or something. So we know that's where I sit, that's where I chill, that's where I take my photos, that's where I watch YouTube, that's where I edit my photos, that's where I get my beer from. And then we come round to cabinets. Starting up at the top, you can barely see it, and I'm not going any closer. Tomcat, 1 in 48, Hobby Boss, good kit. And hiding behind there is the Zuki Old Crow. What I ought to do actually while I'm editing this is see if I can get some photos and put proper ones up. Couple of sprues of old tit and tat. Cabinet number 1. Do you know what? Can you see that? Right, listen. God, I have nightmares about that sound, I really do, but I can't think of anywhere else to put it. Cabinet 1, we've got, rather than I have to think, we've got Italieri Black Snakes 1 in 48 A10 Bush. For me, the best A10 kit in 1 in 48 currently. We've got the Zaxxis Digger and the shovel. Can't remember which one it is. We've got 1 in 72 Dakota, and then right down at the bottom, Georgia Special. And again, if I can't find any pictures, I do apologise, but I will have a look. We've got a Revel, no, we've got a Tamiya A10, nice kit, and then we've got another one, which I did in flight with a sort of aiming down like the dog, getting ready to blurt that gun. Sorry for the sound effects. We've got a 1 in 48 F4. Now then, Hasegawa for that one. And again, a lovely kit. And then right down at the bottom, the worst kit that I have ever built. And it's that one. And it's the little 1 in 48 Bell Hewitt helicopter. What an absolute nightmare that was. I'm going to skip that one for a minute, because if I stand back, we are literally on to Tornadoville. Because as you know, I do like a nice little tornado. I'm not going to, I'm going to say I'm not going to name them all. Reason I'm not going to name them all is because I can't just remember them all. But, should I open the door, I will give you, oh, sorry. I will give you a very quick look at each one. Very, very quick. Flogger, Italiani. But one thing that I do like to do on my tornadoes is pop a little different nose art on. Time, 27 minutes. So, we're cracking on. Rosemary, I think that one is. Yeah. And this one, I do like. That's the high vis. That's from Germany. I can see that I've had a missile failure. And Desert Storm and the little Hasegawa Harrier there. Onto the Aster. And another one, a honey. What's that? Honey May? I think so. And another one, an F3 there. And then the little Revel Jag down at the bottom. Up at the top, we've got in-flight C Camo F4, doing the business fully laden, as you can see. And then just underneath that, we've got that Revel 1 in 32 Hawk trainer jet that I picked up the other month for about 19 quid. Great Wall Hobbies 1 in 48 Eagle. Excuse me. And the old rare Airfix 1 in 24 Mark VB Spitfire Nightmare, with the engines for not only that, but also for that. That's the 1 in 24 Trumpeter Stuka. Now that should actually be the other way. What I should have done was put some nose weight in that cone. We've got a little Lynx scooting on a 172 Tornado. The gorgeous Eurofighter that I did earlier on. We've covered that beast. That's absolutely enormous. And the engines that are out of that. We've got the Were Eagles Dare piece there. And then an Osprey that is finished, but needs a little bit of a tweak. And finally, 29 minutes. Let's open the door. So the cabinet, if you know, picked it up for absolute peanuts. Facebook Marketplace again. What would it up for? 70 quid. What did I pay? 20. Kai Phantom. I'll just sort of... Kai Phantom 1 in 32. Italiani, me baby. Absolute diamond piece there that I've just finished off. That's the Trumpeter Hind. And then we've got the CH53 at the side of that. With my Black Rifle Model Works cup. And if you look here, I've got the ladies cup from Club. And if you look there, oh, Alexa, stop. I've got the Club cup there. Alexa, stop. Do you hear me lose my rag then? We've got another F4 there, And then the Jaybird is there. And again, that's the original prototype cup. Down at the bottom, we've got Tammier's F16 and we've got Revell's 1 in 32 Tornado. LED lights is just a strip light that I got from, I don't know, Amazon or something. But once it's all locked up and I'm walking backwards like that, so that's my cabinet space. And just at the back of that, you can see my massive Bart Sharp flag. Do you know what? I've got a chuffing sweat on. I know I'm trying to put my hoodie on tonight. That's my cave. That's the tour of Gidget. So, comments below. Obviously, I know some people will be saying, well, whatever really. But that's just about it. Hobbying, chilling, editing. Do you know what? Having a beer. That sort of stuff, and that's what it's all about, isn't it? Because at the end of the day, I'm back at work in the morning. Just going to put this down for a sec. In fact, no, I'm not. I am going to open that and I'm going to crack, and then I'm going to sit there outside at fire. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Please feel free to comment and tell me what you think, and I'll leave it at that. Cheers.